Licensure Examination for Teachers. Subject: Assessment of Student Learning, Developmental Reading. Professional Education, for both elementary and secondary. Topic: Foundations of Reading Instruction. Question number 1. Which of the following refers to the ability to notice, think about, and work with the individual sounds in spoken words, without necessarily involving letters or printed text? A. Phonics. B. Phonological awareness. C. Phonemic awareness. D. Fluency. Correct answer: C. Phonemic awareness. Why C is correct? Phonemic awareness is the specific sub-skill of phonological awareness that deals with phonemes, the smallest units of sound. It is strictly auditory. If you can hear cat and identify that it has 3 sounds, C, A, T, with your eyes closed, that is phonemic awareness. Why the wrong answers are wrong? A. Phonics involves the relationship between sounds and written letters, graphemes. If there are letters on the page, it's phonics. B. Phonological awareness. This is the umbrella term. It includes phonemic awareness but also broader skills like rhyming, syllables, and word awareness. C is the more precise answer for individual sounds. D. Fluency. The ability to read text accurately, quickly, and with proper expression. Edge knowledge. Think lights out. If you can do the activity in the dark, auditory only, it's phonemic awareness. If you need a flashlight to see the letters, it's phonics. Question number 2. According to the National Reading Panel, NRP, there are 5 essential components of effective reading instruction. Which component acts as the bridge between word recognition and comprehension? A. Vocabulary. B. Phonemic awareness. C. Phonics. D. Fluency. Correct answer: D. Fluency. Why D is correct? Fluency consists of speed, accuracy, and prosody, expression. When a student reads fluently, they no longer struggle to decode every word, freeing up cognitive space to focus on the meaning of the text. Thus, it bridges the gap between mechanical reading and understanding. Why the wrong answers are wrong? A. Vocabulary relates to word meanings, which is part of comprehension but not the mechanical bridge. B and C. These are foundational decoding skills. They are the building blocks, but fluency is the bridge that moves the reader toward the goal, comprehension. Edge knowledge. Think cognitive load. A non-fluent reader spends 100% of their brainpower just sounding out words. A fluent reader spends 10% on sounds and 90% on meaning. Question number 3. During a running record assessment, a grade 3 student reads a passage with 92% word recognition accuracy and demonstrates satisfactory comprehension. In which reading level does this student fall? A. Independent level. B. Instructional level. C. Frustration level. D. Proficient level. Correct answer: B. Instructional level. Why B is correct? In reading assessment, the instructional level is the sweet spot where the text is challenging but manageable with teacher support. Why the wrong answers are wrong? A. Independent. Accuracy is typically 95 to 100%. The student can read it alone. C. Frustration. Accuracy is below 90%. The text is too hard even with help. D. Not a standard technical term for level classification in informal reading inventories, IRI. Standard IRI criteria table: level, word recognition, comprehension. Independent, 95% to 100%, 90% to 100%. Instructional, 90% to 94%, 75% to 89%. Frustration, below 90%, below 75%. Edge knowledge. Think Goldilocks. Independent is too easy, frustration is too hard, and instructional is just right for teaching. Question number 4. The simple view of reading posits that reading comprehension is the product of 2 main components. This can be expressed by the formula: A. Decoding plus listening equals reading. B. Decoding times language comprehension equals reading comprehension. C. Phonics plus fluency equals comprehension. D. Sight words times vocabulary equals literacy. Correct answer: B. Decoding X language comprehension equals reading comprehension. Why B is correct? Proposed by Goff and Tunmer, this model states that to comprehend text, you must be able to decode the words D, and understand the language being used, LC. If either score is 0, 0, the product, RC, is 0. Why the wrong answers are wrong? A. It is a product, multiplication, not a sum. C and D. These are components, but they don't represent the formal simple view of reading model. Edge knowledge. Think the zero rule. If a student can decode perfectly, 1, but doesn't speak the language, 0, their comprehension is 0. Conversely, if they understand the language, 1, but can't decode the letters, 0, their comprehension is 0. Question number 5. Which approach to phonics instruction involves teaching students to transform letters, graphemes, into sounds, phonemes, and then blend those sounds together to form recognizable words? A. Analytic phonics. B. Embedded phonics. C. Synthetic phonics. D. Whole language approach. Correct answer. C. Synthetic phonics. Why C is correct? Synthetic comes from synthesis, putting things together. Students learn individual sounds, S, A, T, and synthesize them into the word sat. Why the wrong answers are wrong? A. Analytic. Students look at a whole word they already know, e.g., cup, and analyze the sounds within it. Whole to part. B. Embedded. Phonics is taught incidentally during the reading of a story, not systematically. D. Whole language. Emphasizes meaning and literature over the mechanical teaching of sounds, phonics. Edge knowledge. Think building blocks. Synthetic phonics equals small pieces to big word. Analytic phonics equals big word to small pieces. Question number 6. A toddler picks up a book, holds it right side up, and begins pretend reading by telling a story based on the pictures. This child is demonstrating A. Phonological awareness. B. Concepts about print. C. Remedial reading needs. D. Advanced decoding. Correct answer. B. Concepts about print. Why B is correct? Concepts about print, Marie Clay, include knowing how to handle a book, understanding that print carries a message, and knowing that we read from left to right and top to bottom. Why the wrong answers are wrong? A. This involves sounds, not the physical book or print. C. This is normal developmental behavior, not a sign of a reading problem. D. The child isn't decoding, reading letters, they are using pictures and memory. Edge knowledge. Think book handling. If the student knows the cover, the spine, and that reading happens in a certain direction, they have mastered concepts about print. Question number 7. Which tier of vocabulary consists of high-frequency words used by mature language users across several content areas, e.g., analyze, establish, fortunate, and as a primary focus for instruction? A. Tier 1. B. Tier 2. C. Tier 3. D. Tier 4. Correct answer. B. Tier 2. Why B is correct? According to Beck and McEwen, Tier 2 words are academic words. They aren't common in daily conversation. Tier 1. Clock, baby, happy, but they aren't limited to one specific subject. Tier 3. Isotope, parallelogram. Why the wrong answers are wrong? A. Tier 1. Basic words learned through conversation. C. Tier 3. Low frequency, domain-specific technical words. D. There is no Tier 4 in this specific vocabulary model. Edge knowledge. Think academic utility. Tier 2 words are the workhorse words of school and professional life. Question number 8. Before reading a story about bayanihan, the teacher shows a picture of a house being carried by many people and asks students to share their experiences of helping their neighbors. The teacher is primarily activating the students' A. Metacognition, B. Semantic mapping, C. Schema, D. Decoding skills. Correct answer. C. Schema. Why C is correct? Schema theory suggests that we understand new information by connecting it to our mental filing cabinets of prior knowledge. Activating schema helps students make sense of the text's context. Why the wrong answers are wrong? A. Metacognition. Thinking about one's own thinking, monitoring understanding. B. Semantic mapping. A visual strategy to show relationships between words. D. This involves sounding out words, not conceptual background. Edge knowledge. Think Velcro. Prior knowledge, schema, is the hook that allows new information to stick to the brain. Question number 9. In the word chart, the letters CH represent A. Consonant blend, B. Consonant digraph, C. Diphthong, D. Vowel team. Correct answer, B. Consonant digraph. Why B is correct? A digraph is two letters that come together to make one unique sound, CH. Why the wrong answers are wrong? A. Consonant blend. Two or more consonants where you can still hear each individual sound, e.g., the saint and stop. C. Diphthong. Two vowels that glide together to create a new sound, e.g., oi and oil. D. Vowel team. Two vowels working together to make one sound, e.g., ea and eat. Edge knowledge. Think 2 to 1. Digraph equals 2 letters, 1 sound. Blend equals 2 letters, 2 sounds. Question number 10. A student can decode individual words perfectly but cannot answer basic questions about the story they just read. What should be the primary focus of their remedial instruction? A. More phonics drills. B. Increasing reading speed. C. Reading comprehension strategies. D. Phonemic awareness. Correct answer, C. Reading comprehension strategies. Why C is correct? The student has mastered the mechanics, decoding, but lacks the meaning, comprehension. This is often called word calling. They need strategies like summarizing, questioning, and visualizing. Why the wrong answers are wrong? A and D. The student can already decode, so more phonics, phonemic work is redundant. B. Speed, fluency, might help, but the core issue described is a lack of understanding. Edge knowledge. Think the parrot effect. If they can say the words but don't know what they mean, don't teach them more sounds, teach them how to think about the text. If this video gave you an edge, sharpen that like button and subscribe to stay ahead.